Salutations and greetings, everyone. My name is ImagineUniverse, and I got some sad news for you. I'm going to take off my hat, in real life as well. And I'm sorry to tell you, but I am... Oh, wait, where's the... I am quitting YouTube. Yup. After all this, I'm going to be quitting YouTube. It is really upsetting. I had to sleep about it last night, and I dreamt that I should quit YouTube. Or am I? Nope, not quitting YouTube. Nope, gotcha though. I got you really good there. I'm just gonna put on my cap, and I'm actually going to do something else for today's episode. It's not gonna be episode 3. It's gonna sort of be a little bit of discussion, mini-sode. It will show you all the progress that I've been up to, and what I've been doing, and I'll have a little bit of a chat as well. So I hope you enjoy this sort of video. I hope you enjoy. As you can see, I got some gameplay up right now of what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing for my Minecraft survival world. Usually I don't show these sort of updates, but I might as well take the time and talk to you guys about something. Last night is that I posted a video called No Video, talking about how crazy it's been trying to make YouTube videos. I've been seeing some of my favorite YouTube channels go out because it definitely is a very tedious job working here on YouTube. But I'm not even really working. I'm just playing around on YouTube, trying to get some of my favorite video, trying to make my sort of videos on here and trying to spread around my ideas. But it came to a point where I was trying too hard to get myself into a routine that where I should just be going with it. I realized last night that this channel isn't to make money. This channel isn't to, well, get 1 billion subscribers or whatever. That's not my goal. My goal is to make something that I am proud of, to share my ideas, because that's what I am. I'm a talker, and I love to share my ideas. It's been true since I was little. I share my ideas all the time with everyone. Every time I have a thought that comes to my head, I want to discuss about it, I talk about it with someone. And that's what YouTube sort of is. I get to create these crazy ideas. I get to share with you my survival world and my ideas on philosophy on Reddit, my Minecraft suggestion ideas, gaming tutorials, and tons of other stuff like that. I like to share with you what I do, and that's what this channel is supposed to be about. Because what I've been realizing recently, that it's sort of like, well, before I get to that, well, what are you supposed to do when you're doing something like a project or a hobby? It's gotta be something you love to do. And because if you don't love it, then it becomes kind of pointless. It's sort of like people who work at cubicles or work at shops. The environment is just horrible. It is just it's cruddy, it's boring, it's exhausting, and it's just plain old ridiculous. And that just makes them really not like the job. And on top of that, getting such a low pay, especially nowadays, just makes you not like that job even more. And then you come back home to go to bed, just to wake up in the morning to do it all over again. Every 5 days a week. And that can get really annoying really fast. Because you're doing a job and you're getting this horrible pay. And then you're not getting much sleep during the week. The only time you do get sleep is probably during the weekends. And even during that, that's the only time you get to have a little bit of downtime. And having that sort of job that is just you don't like, it just makes it just makes it very horrible. Like I had a job and I was doing hay baling. I loved the exercise, but it was just non-stop. it was crazy. I loved how I got stronger from it, and I was able to talk to my friends and my uncle while doing it. But that was only during the breaks. There was some times where we were getting just wagon after wagon, and we barely got any breaks. It was just crazy. It was exhausting. And hay baling is just a freaking, you literally are working in a hot box. And for like 2 years of doing this job, we were only getting $7 an hour. And that's just what made it worse, is that we were doing such a cruddy job and getting such little pay on it, and that made us very upset doing it, which just made the work experience even worse. So what you should do when you're thinking about getting a job or doing a hobby is doing something you love and something that you're proud of. I really like some of the videos I have on my channel. I'm really proud of them. Like the very first good thumbnail I made was for my example block. And I just love the way the thumbnail looked. And so what I'm thinking about doing is making these good quality videos, try to make it like very like better quality videos, make very good thumbnails, and well, just make them overall better quality videos. Because if I do that, I can make, and that will not only be good for you, the viewers, because you're watching much better content, but that's also very good for me, because now I have something that I can be proud of, something that isn't just hobbled together in the last moment, or is just horrible quality and just horrible altogether, very cringy. Because if I have a very good video and it looks good to me and is great and the audience loves it, like you guys love, if you guys like my videos, it's just, it makes me very proud, and it makes me want to do more sort of videos. And that's what I'm thinking about doing, is that I'm gonna make it, trying to get to the point where I can, even with all this free software I have, because and like these gifts I got from my family, like my tablet was a gift from my father. I got it when I was like 15 years old, and I'm going to try to use all of these components to the best of their abilities, so I can make high quality videos, high quality thumbnails, and just, well, make it also efficient, so I'm not spending hours and hours working on these videos, so they're actually worth something. And it also made me think about my survival series, and that the day that I went to the Nether, I didn't record that part, but I built the Nether portal, and I went to the Nether, and the Nether wasn't very much exciting. I killed a ghast. I guess that was probably the most exciting part of it, but I didn't find a Nether fortress. So what I'm thinking about doing is that, honestly, this is my channel. I want it so it is fun for me and fun for everyone that watches it. So even if that means if I can create a creative world with the exact same seed and look up the seed for the Nether fortress, so I'm not just wandering all around forever. I mean, I like the challenge of survival, doing this all yourself without any additional software or anything, but I want this to be fun for me too, and fun for anyone who watches it. They don't want to watch me wandering around in the middle of nowhere for episodes beyond episodes. I want to actually get episode 3 out of Minecraft Survival and have it actually be something worth the watch. Like, I actually find a Nether portal. I won't do the same with the stronghold, though. I won't look up the seed for that, because I would like to try to do the whole Ender Pearl thing, and because I have never done that before, but I've found strongholds myself, but there's no real way to actually locate a stronghold on your own except by wandering all around it. No one likes wandering all around. Finding the end fortress is a little bit more straightforward, but it's just very tedious to find a stronghold. You need to find no, not the stronghold. You need to find a Nether fortress to get the blaze rods and get some endermen, so you can even make the ender Eyes of Ender to even find the stronghold. So I'm just going to look up how to find the Nether Fortress. That would be the only thing I'd look up. Things like temples and the Woodland Mansion, I wouldn't bother looking up because I would like to enjoy finding those, like getting a cartographer or just randomly finding them in the middle of nowhere when I'm out on my journeys. But I would like to make this survival series a lot more enjoyable for me and more enjoyable for the viewers. And same with my Mindscape series. I actually learned the reason why my Mindscape was taking so long is because I was trying to make too high quality videos, whereas the show is not really that high quality. It doesn't need to be that high quality. It's basically just like my thank you video was, where it's just random poses of my character acting out the scenes and what my emotions are at that moment. So I'm going to reduce the render so it doesn't look really that amazing, but what would it really matter unless I was doing like an actual animated where he's actually animated? I would probably increase the render for that so it looks better, but just for a bunch of still images I don't need that high of a render. I was also thinking about that instead of using Blender to make my thumbnails, I can also use PowerPoint to make my thumbnails, because you can actually turn slides into pictures. So I can make shapes on there to make the thumbnails and get them all nicely organized, because the problem with making thumbnails using something like MS Paint is that, well, it's not very editable. You can't really edit it that easily. So I can use PowerPoint to make my thumbnails look a lot more professional, because with something like MS Paint, it's not very editable. Like if I put text on there, the text just stays there. You can't move the text around after editing it. And what you gotta do, especially when I'm dealing with YouTube thumbnails, is that they got a particular size of them. They don't use the whole image, they only use part of the image. So what I have to do is get it all right and make sure they're all the right levels. And so and since they're all different sized thumbnails, some of them have more words in them and something like that, then I gotta keep on editing it until it looks right in the YouTube video. And like a couple of my thumbnails I have, it like cuts, some of the title is cut off, some of the subtitle is cut off because of the way the thumbnails are made. But with PowerPoint, once you're able to drag around all the bits on separate layers and all stack them together, and once you get it to the right point that it looks great in the thumbnail, you can just save that as the template and just keep on reusing that template over and over and over again, which makes it a lot more efficient than keep on making a different template for every new video. So I can make very stylish and professional looking thumbnails and keep on making them over and over. And the point is that what I want to do is I want to make my channel look more professional, and so that I feel like I'm more professional, and so that I'm proud of what I'm doing, because I'm doing this professional looking stuff with free, pretty much free software and hardware, and that I'm able to do this stuff, which will make me a lot more proud because I'm doing this sort of stuff. And if I'm proud doing this sort of stuff, that'll make me want to do more of it. And this goes the same with literally anything in life. Back to the job example, is that it's sort of a checks and balance. If because the things you gotta consider is how enjoyable is this job, what is the pay, and how much energy would you be putting into it, or like mental or physical energy into it. Like working in a cubicle or a shop, it's pretty crappy. And maybe your job may be different, But if you're working at a crappy job, that's not very enjoyable for you. So you're not getting much joy out of it. And most jobs nowadays don't give you much pay either. So now you got that you're getting a horrible job. You're getting not very much pay for it. And it just makes the experience more stressful and just even more sucky. So what you have to do is get a job that you don't have to exhaust yourself to do, that a job that you yourself are enjoying, and so whatever amount of money you get from it, that it's all right. Like if it was a choice between 7 hours of $7 an hour of hay baling or $7 an hour of YouTube, I would do YouTube because I can enjoy doing something like that. And even if I'm doing like my philosophy videos, I gotta work on those, or any other videos that I have planned coming up, like think about posting my comics on here and just do a whole bunch of crazy stuff that I would love to see on my channel, and that would be just make me even more proud of doing. And it's sort of like it's enjoyable. I'm getting paid to do something fun. And that's what I initially liked about hay baling at first, is that we were getting paid exercising, basically. We're getting stronger and getting paid for it. But the pay wasn't the greatest, so that's what made it kind of a sucky job, and the stress that just built up. Eventually, we did get raised to $10 an hour, which was much more worth it. Much more worth than $7 an hour. Not the highest. I definitely like more, but that's honestly a good enough pay right now. That is a great pay for a job like that. Getting paid $10 an hour to exercise, and if you have like the proper amount of breaks to make it more, so you're better cooled down, and because hay baling is a lot of work, and you just gotta. And the problem with hay baling is that you can't just do it all in a row, or else that will super absorb your energy and just make the job even worse. But if you have a proper amount of breaks, like to a point where your body's, especially the summer heat, you gotta make sure your body's nice and chilled and like cool down to the point where your body can actually start functioning again. And that's the one thing we try to do at hay baling, and that's what makes it still sort of sucky right now. But it is, but the point being is that enjoy what you're doing and be proud of you doing. Even if you're doing something like making a garden, for example, or, wait, did I already use that example? I think I did. Yeah, the garden example. Because people, if you're getting paid for doing something you enjoy, then it's totally worth it. And that's why I'm hoping to do my channel. Even if I don't get very much from it, I would just the fact that there's people out there watching my crazy videos is all worth it, and that I'm making people out there pretty happy, and actually sharing my ideas and getting to do something that I enjoy, and possibly getting paid from it, possibly, but it's not guaranteed though. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different from what I've been doing lately, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways, and may the universe be with you. See ya!